There's a formula to it. A very simple formula.
Everybody's a victim.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. Hello?
You might be my next victim.
That's right. I'm old too, so my mind just goes. So yeah, that's my excuse. I'm just old as fuck. So,
Hey, I'm gonna be 40 next year, brother. So my memory's starting to go too.
Like a day over 30, dude. Seriously.
Oh, thank you, man. I
How
appreciate
do you stay
it.
so youthful, man? Seriously, you look great. Shit.
Never got married.
Got married twice, dude. Fuck, no wonder so damn old looking. Shit. Oh my god. Good lord. All right. Well, I'm ready to get into this because I want to talk some horror. I want to talk your YouTube page. Okay, so welcome into episode 3 of Don't Call Me Mr. Ghostface, and I am Mr. Ghostface, Old Man Ghostface to be exact. One of my very good friends, Desmondsflicks. He's out in California. Dude, what is going on? How you doing, brother?
Oh man, like it's so good to see you, dude. It's been a minute, like a hot second since
Seriously.
we've chopped it up, man. And it's so good to see you. Like, as soon as I saw your face, I was like, yo, it's my boy. I missed you,
It
man.
has been a long time. How long has it been exactly? Do you know? Like a year, maybe?
I think longer than that. Like since we've like sat down and like done like a proper show.
Yeah,
It's been
because
a
I was
couple
on your
years.
show. Yeah, dude, it's been
It was
flies,
Hellraiser.
man. Hell, dude. I still still remember you. I still remember you doing. We were talking about some movie with, I think it was with Elijah Wood, I think, and he was doing something like it was
Yes.
it was just like Come to Daddy or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
come to daddy. Yeah.
yes, I remember
Come
saying that. I
to
was like,
daddy.
yes, that was it. I hear it behind my head all the time. Oh my god, dude, fucking love that shit. I need to go back and listen to the episode seriously because that was amazing. But
Oh, that was so
good
much
lord,
fun, man.
that
But
was great.
yeah,
That was
dude. I mean, I've been out of the YouTube game for a minute. It's been a couple of years since I've actually uploaded a new video, but seeing you, and sorry if you hear that, that's Cleo taking a massive
oh.
shit. So and that's my
It's all
cat.
right. Let her just go, man. Let her do it. Let her do it.
Yeah. So she's just like, don't pay me no mind.
That's all right.
But yeah, it's been a minute since I've done the YouTube thing. I've been focusing on my doing my day job. I'm a UX designer by day, and just like really focusing on a lot of just like personal growth, health, my uh, just working on all of that, doing a lot of like personal reflection over the last couple years, and it's
I feel
been
that, dude.
good. It
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
good, man.
I totally understand. Like, completely understand where you're coming from, dude. Because I did the same thing, and it does wonders. It really focuses everything. So I'm proud of you, and yeah, I'm glad you're back. But you gotta take the time, dude.
Oh yeah, same with you, brother. Like as soon as I saw you like hit me up about coming onto your show, I was like, damn, I miss it. I miss like not just like the content creation, because that's fun. It is fun to
Right.
make videos and everything.
Mhm.
But really, what I missed was like talking to cats like you, where we can just like shoot the shit, talk about, horror movies, of course, but also just like talk to your friends and
Mhm.
have a good time and fucking goof off for an hour,
Fuck
2 hours, whatever, and talk movies. And I
dude.
missed it. So I'm getting back
Nothing,
into it. You inspired me.
nothing like it. Well, I'm glad I did. I'm really glad I did because I want to see more of your stuff, man. I really love watching your videos and so listen to your stuff. So I'm ready for you to get back into it, man. Seriously,
Thanks, man.
I didn't want to push, but now I'm going to push just a little bit, just
The gentle push. I need the
yeah,
gentle nudge. Just like,
that's right.
hey, it's
I'm right
okay.
behind you, man.
Come
Oh
back,
my
buddy.
God. It's just that little. I'm not very much too.
Yeah, not a full
Watch out for
shove.
Cleo.
Just-
Ah. He's taking a shit. Hold on.
Let her finish taking a dump, and then we'll proceed.
She's done. Okay, we're good. Um, before we get anything, what are you drinking? I saw you drinking. What is that? What are
Mm.
you putting into your body?
Oh, this is so I like totally jumped on the liquid death bandwagon, and this is just iced tea with agave. Uh,
Nice, dude.
so I've been having a bit of that and just hydrating over here, but I have been eyeing a bottle of Johnny Walker Black that I might break out a little bit later in case we're feeling
Ooh.
a little spicy later.
Well, I've already got a little bit spicy. I'm drinking the Bold Rock right here, the cider. It's it's Halloween time, so you got to break out the ciders. So I was like, fuck yeah, I gotta get the cider going. So not
Yeah.
too much on the alcohol kind. It's 4.7, so it's not anything to write home
Okay.
about, or but it's getting me there. It's getting me there.
There you go. Get a little sauce.
That's
A little
right. That's right.
bit.
Last night, or I did one with New England Home of Horror last night, and I was drinking straight vodka. Dude, it was like, fuck, I gotta get loose, man. I gotta get loose. Because honestly, John and I never talked before last night. We, talked, like text back and forth through Instagram and liked each other's things and commented and stuff like that. But we never talked like, and then like do like a voice messages through Instagram. So it's like, that's a totally different thing. We're really talking to a phone. So seeing him in person and like talking back and forth, I was like, I'm gonna be nervous as fuck. So I gotta drink a little bit of something. So I'm like pounding this vodka, going, I got this, I got this. But,
Shoot.
but yeah, dude.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, so man, this is so great. I just love this. Um, so let me ask you a question. What is the last horror film that you watched?
The last one I watched was, I think it was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. The Last Voyage of Demeter.
Okay, how was that, dude?
It's fun. It was a lot of fun. Do you know anything about it?
A little bit. I know it's like the whole Dracula canon type thing. So, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm totally just going into a blind almost. So, but tell me a little bit about it though.
Yeah, yeah. So it's Dracula, but so it takes place off it's based off of that little portion of the book, and even like they have it in the Francis Ford Coppola movie where he's on the ship being transported, I think, from Romania to England. So it's that
Right.
little portion, and it's based off of this section of the book that's reading the captain's log about Dracula busting out of his coffin and just
Yeah.
wreaking havoc on this ship. So the whole movie is that tiny little captain's log, but expanded to like an hour and a half. And it's fun. It's a like tightly paced action horror, has some good gore in it, some good kills in it, and Dracula looks pretty dope. Like they
Yeah.
had a cool Dracula design.
Yeah. I've seen the pictures of it. So I'm like, that's legit too. So I heard, let me tell you what I've heard. I've heard it was more about the story than, or the crew than it was Dracula. And I was like, well, which was more about the actual Dracula character. But I'm like, we've seen Dracula so many times, so many, inventions of him, iterations of him. So it's like to finally see how much he scares other people. That's what I want to see. And I've heard that's what this is about. So I'm like, all right, I'm waiting for my wife to kind of we're watching through a bunch of horror films. She's into horror, but not as much as me. So we're watching through a bunch of different movies. We watched like 37 or 38 different horror films so far. And
Nice.
that's one of the ones where it's on our list to watch. So I'm holding off as long as I can to watch with her. But now you're making me watch it tonight.
It's fun, man. I mean, if you like action horror and like, period type of film, it has good acting, good cast. It's pretty solid. And yeah, it definitely like it focuses more on the folks on the boat, who they are, their characters. And yeah, I dug it. I thought it was fun. But before that, I saw Talk to Me, which is my favorite horror film of the year.
Oh,
I
dude, I saw it as
love
well.
that movie.
Yep. Totally agree, dude. That I expected something good because everyone was talking about it, but I was like, wait, is it really as good as people are saying it is? And by the end, I was like, that was fucking legit.
Yeah,
Like that
dude.
was legit. So yeah, what was your favorite part about it? Without giving too many spoilers, you know what? Fuck it. If you are, yeah, fuck it. Give me a spoiler. I don't give a shit. Just do it. Roll it
If
out.
you haven't
All right.
seen Talk to Me by this point, shame on you.
Yes.
No,
Stop it right now. Go watch and come back.
you go, yeah, exactly. It's out on Blu-ray. Go get it.
Seriously.
Um, my favorite part, I would say it would be once it's not the first possession scene, but like the second one where it's like all the kids take a turn and then the
Yes,
youngest kid takes a turn
dude.
and
Same.
it starts to be like the chick is like, oh, it's my mom, but you know that this thing is fucking with her head.
Yep. That's
And
so brilliantly done, dude.
it was gnarly too. Like the eyeball was like, oh shit.
And he was like, oh, he's like, it's like,
Yeah.
oh god, that had to like hurt him just doing those different motions of his body. That had to fucking hurt. But I can imagine doing it like I'm 85 years old. I'm doing that. I'm going, okay, I'm stuck. Okay, I'm out of this. But dude, seriously, that movie is legit. Like the story was really inventive and original. The cast was fantastic. The acting was even better. The way my favorite parts about the movie, and I say if I'll just kind of stretch over the whole movie, is the part where they actually see the dead person for the first time.
Yeah.
Their reaction is, "Oh, or, oh," it's a surprise, but oh my god, that's sick because like you put yourself in the position of what would I act like if I saw a dead person sitting in front of me and no one else could see it.
Oh yeah, dude. If I did that and I immediately like saw a ghost, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I saw it. I'm good. I don't need it to like possess me. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out.
Yeah. It sounds great. Like it sounds fucking fun. I don't know about anybody else or about you, but I think I would like to just feel what that feels like. I don't know. I'm weird like that, but
Like, I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, you go for it. I'll record you.
seriously, all for the podcast, man. All for the videos, man. I gotta get the
Yeah,
videos.
all for content, man. It's for content.
Insta.
Gotta do
No
it for
fucking
the
better. You better
gram.
like that shit too. You better like that shit too. I'm gonna
Oh
come find
yeah.
you.
I'm gonna
Seriously.
like it. I'm gonna share it. Make that shit go viral.
And everyone else better too. I'm doing this shit for you guys. You guys better enjoy this shit. But
Did you see
no.
A24 is like they have like they're selling that like the hand and then there's like a you can smoke it like weed out of it.
No. That is epic. That is epic.
Which
Holy
is just
shit, dude.
so ironic because the whole movie is like a metaphor for drug addiction and to
Yeah.
have that be like freaking big ass bong or a pipe.
Ride that wave, man. Ride that wave.
Ride the
If you get the
wave.
money out of it, seriously, dude. If you can get the money out of that shit, I'll fucking buy smoke out of it. Fuck. I mean, come on, Oh
It
yeah,
is
dude.
pretty rad. I kind of want that hand. It's
You
pretty
need to get
dope.
it, dude. If I see it out and about, I'll grab it for you, dude. I promise. If there's some Goodwill or something, I'm like, ooh, that looks really familiar. I'm gonna grab that.
Start.
Salesman, like what I got. I'm like, look, man, look what I got.
You want to smoke it. Smoke out of the hand, bro.
Oh, speaking of A24, this just popped in my head. Did you see where they were throwing in their towel or throwing in their hat to the ring for Halloween?
Yeah, man.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that would be cool because I could see them doing like I would love to see them do something with like Halloween 3 and like expand upon the anthology idea,
Dude, it's like that idea. See,
you know?
a lot of people have been saying on Instagram, they're like, oh, A24 will ruin it, blah, blah. And they do weird shit. I'm like, that's the fucking point. You want something
Exactly.
that's not or see, okay, I'll just say it and you can retort too. Halloween Ends was probably my last place for Halloween movies. Just
That's all
didn't get
right.
me. Yeah, it just didn't pull me in. I want to see Michael Myers a lot, especially in the last movie. I want to see him fucking go crazy and just whatever. So people were like, oh, A24 is going to ruin Halloween. I'm like, you can't ruin any more than Halloween Ends did it. So take the
Yeah.
A24 style, put it to the Halloween franchise, like you said, part three. Dude, I'm telling you, like that could be really fucking sick. So I I agree with you, dude.
Yeah, I would love to see something like that. Like have it be a television show where, maybe it's something like and yeah, again, like an anthology series where they do different stories that were maybe original stories that maybe Deborah Hill and John Carpenter were thinking about with Halloween turning into that anthology. There's so much we've seen of Michael Myers that it's like, besides expanding more on Jamie's story from Halloween 4, which could be cool, like the whole Thorn thing, like if they were going to do that, that could be cool. Like
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to doing like, the different timelines. But I enjoyed ends more than kills, to be fair.
really. It's I'm just
Yeah,
the opposite of you. So, but I
but
get it
not
though. I
by
get
like a
it.
lot. It's
You know,
it's like a pretty minimal amount. I feel like David Gordon Green kind of shit the bed with that trilogy. Like he started out strong with that first film. It was cool
mhm,
to see where they were going with that. But
yes.
then like the second film with kills, it was like, yeah, the kills, epic. They were awesome.
Mhm.
Michael was a savage. Love that. What I wasn't digging was like freaking everyone's yelling out, "Evil dies tonight! Evil dies
Yes.
tonight!" And half the film takes place in the hospital, but nothing really happens at the hospital. It's like lots of
Right.
exposition dumps and people being like, well, we're really the monsters. The people of Haddonfield are the monsters. And it's like, okay, why are we continually bringing this up? Like, I get it. You're a bunch of people who are just kind of dumbasses. I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I
you're,
agree with you.
yeah. So, but I liked ends because at least they tried something a little bit different. They tried something different with like the evil, not necessarily passing on to someone else, but how like all that trauma in this town basically seeped into other people. And now this whole town is like turned evil. It's basically like New Orleans. So it's all going
True.
to shit.
True. I
So
can actually see that. You make a good point there. I can agree with you on that and totally see that you're the way you're going with that. I can also be like, I still don't like it. Just I don't know, man. I hold these things. You're getting older in your life. You know, you hold on to things a little tougher than you, a little harder than you would when you're younger. And I've been holding on to that thing of like, if you're gonna put if you're literally gonna name it Halloween Ends, like that's the reason why they brought Michael Myers back in part four is the fact that part three was such a bomb at the box office. So go out with a bang with Michael Myers. And like you said, there's been so much Michael Myers already, and that's why literally that's why he's my least favorite of like the horror icons because they've seen so much. He's just saturated. Halloween is saturated with Michael Myers, and rightfully so. I can't take that away from him because he's Michael Myers. But at the same point, it's like I want to see something so spectacular, so out of this world. Like the scene within Kills where he's fighting the firefighters. That was pretty
yeah.
fucking epic. It
Oh
reminded me of the
yeah.
scene from Freddy vs. Jason where Jason was killing all the kids at the big bonfire, the cornfield, And we almost never see slashers take on a bunch of people at one time. So to see him do that was really epic. Um, but like I don't know, man. I cannot get on board the fact that and I just don't like Corey. The character of Corey just did not grab me enough. The story started off great. I was like, okay, I can. I was like, okay, I'll give it this. I'll give it this. Let's see where this goes. And then he's so whiny and so like, I'm like, oh my God, dude, just fucking do it, just fight like you're trying to fight Michael Myers in a sewer. Like, is it like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something here? I don't understand. Like, is he Splinter or are you Michelangelo? I don't
Right.
know, man.
He's definitely he's not as cool to be Raphael, and he's not as smart to be a Donatello, but he's also like not as fun to be a Michelangelo. He's kind of
Leonardo,
yeah, he's kind of a Leonardo,
you're right, dude. I
you
totally jumped.
know.
Michelangelo, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to call you that. Let me switch it to Leo. Let me switch it to Leo. Just sorry about that.
I yeah,
But
I also like I don't find it to be a good sign when I'm watching the movie with my best friend and we're laughing our asses off at the movie,
true.
not with the movie, but at it.
Yeah.
There, and I'm sure people will remember this scene, but it's the scene where Corey like brings the first dude down to the sewer to have Michael kill him with him.
Yes. I remember
That scene was super gay. It was really
that.
gay.
What? You're exactly right.
And
You're
like
exactly right.
my friend and I, we looked at each other and I was like, I knew Corey was a power bottom. He looks like a power bottom because he was taking that shit. And
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, everything about that was just like, was that the intention? Was it, were you
I
going
don't think
for
it
that,
was,
David
but it went that anyway. Well, it's almost like you're harking back to Nightmare on Elm Street Part Two. Like they intended it to be gay, and then a lot of people said, "Oh, you should do that. You got to take it all the way on the other side." I think look at the gay part of this. They went like years and years and years, and like finally, everybody goes, "Yeah, it was a gay movie." And now I think the same thing can happen with ends. We're gonna go so far, and we're just going, "No, no, 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 it wasn't gay." Like 20 years in the future, okay, yeah, it was gay. It was totally gay. But just own it, own that shit, and make it fucking fantastic. I don't see what the problem is.
it's okay if Michael is a daddy. It's okay.
Yeah, what's the problem, man?
Yeah.
He pounded things before. Let him pound that shit. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't see what the
Michael
problem is.
is a bear and freaking Corey is a little otter. There you go.
Yes, his big thick knife really needed to plunge into something. So
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, might as well. Come on, man. Let it ride, brother. But, but yeah, but circling back to A24, I knowing what they've done so far. Okay, did you see the movie Men by any chance?
I did. I really liked that movie. I was
Dude, that movie
surprised
was
at how much I liked it.
that movie was fucked up, dude.
It's so
Like
fucked up.
fucked. I'm fucking. My wife and I are watching it because she's really big in A24 now. I showed her Hereditary, and ever since then she's like been A24 crazy. And
Yeah.
like, oh, it's like Matt Taylor, yeah, it's got that video. He's like, yeah, watch Men, and we watched it. And at the end of the movie, I just turned to her like this. I'm like, the fuck was that? She's like, I don't know. It was weird. And I'm like, um, but like knowing they do something like that and they like applying it to Halloween, dude, that could be some sick ass shit.
For real, man. I mean, for like the amount of criticism people gave that movie, I don't think it was warranted. It was a
I
very
agree.
creative film, and I felt like if you really just think about it for a second and not be like, oh my God, all men are bad. That's not the point. It's
No, it's
looking at
not.
it from the point of view of someone who's really been traumatized and who
Yep,
is viewing all men as the same, which
yep,
people who've been through trauma do that. They see them as
exactly.
all the same, which
Mhm.
isn't like a good thing. That's it's a part of trauma. It's a trauma response.
Right.
So I dug that aspect because we're really getting into the main character's head. And then to have, what happens at the end happen, it was just like, wait, what?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
We won't ruin it for anybody because you don't want to. Okay,
Yeah.
no spoiler on that because I don't want to ruin that because you got to watch
Oh
that
yeah.
shit. Just telling it won't give it justice at all. Like you got to watch what happens. So
It's gnarly.
it
It's
is
great though.
but it's so well done. Like
Oh
honestly, it was like
yeah.
that's some great effects. So yeah, go watch Men. And honestly, if you watch Men, we talked about it. Comment and tell us what you think about it. Just give it a little couple of sentences. Just and don't use the word fuck too much. But if you have to, go ahead. Like damn. But yeah, like I said, knowing what they did with Men, like I could really see some really cool fucking shit come out. Like I said, an anthology type, just like TV show, or whatever, with
Oh
some
yeah.
really crazy ideas and stuff. It's centered on Halloween. So yeah, I'm with you on that, brother.
I'm into it.
Um,
I'm into it. I mean, and I haven't seen David Gordon Green's new movie. I've heard it stinks to high heaven. The
what is it?
Exorcist Believer,
Oh, we did
the
that one
new
too.
one.
I didn't know he directed it.
Yeah,
Ouch.
I heard it was pretty
Okay.
bad.
I heard nothing about it until literally an hour ago. I was like sitting somewhere in my house that is a very close space that has a porcelain throne. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a video of some guys talking about it on a podcast, and they just bashed the hell out of it, dude. I'm like, I was looking forward to it too, but I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still gonna watch it. Just I want to go into it totally blind, but now I'm like, all right, now I know that at least three people think the same thing about it. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, man. It's when I saw the trailers for it, I was like, ooh, that looks a little rough. That looks rough. Like considering how much basically how much clout David Gordon Green has behind him now after doing a massive trilogy, you would think that the effects, that the makeup, all of that would be top notch, and it looks like shit. Like their foreheads are all like massive, like bulbous foreheads. Like
five heads.
yeah, it's like, is that where the devil is? Just in the forehead, just chilling out right here? Does their brain
He-
grow bigger?
He's made like a little, robot thing where he sits in and he's like, make it go left, make it go right.
They're really just robots. They're not possessed. They're
Yes.
robots.
Little
I'd
devil
be into
inside.
that. That's a
Fuck yeah,
twist.
dude. It's pretty badass. Like he's actually a little devil. He's like that big. Awesome.
We just made a new parody. It's great.
Look, if anybody takes that, we'll find you. Desmond will
Yeah,
find you.
exactly.
That's
We'll
ours.
find you.
Right.
We don't know what we do to you, but we're gonna find you.
We'll find you. We'll point fingers at you.
Yeah. Oh, wag the finger.
Here,
Wag of the finger.
I'll grab my walker and beat you with it. But dude, I'm just really, like I said, I'll still see it, but in the same point, like I said, David has done some decent things. Like you would think he'd go, okay, I've really got to make this my own. I really got to come out with this. I really got to make the original Exorcist fans proud of what I've accomplished. People think too much about reinventing the wheel, and I'm like, I get it, but like you don't have to reinvent it, but just make it better. Like, and again, I say that in a very light way because you can't make it better than the original Exorcist. What I'm saying is like take the idea and make it better. Don't take the movie or the story or the acting that you've done in that movie better. Make the idea you come up with and make it better. Does that make
Like
any
Exorcist
sense?
3.
True. Dude, that movie is fantastic.
So
Like
good.
it's so underrated. So underrated. If you haven't watched Exorcist 3, like go watch it right now. Like it's a fantastic film. So I haven't
Brad
seen
Dourif
2
and
though.
George C. Scott.
Yeah, dude, you can't beat those two, man. Dorff is amazing.
He is, man.
Oh
He
my
always
God.
kills it.
Seriously, he's one of those actors in horror that like he is very underrated in my opinion. Almost no one talks about him, and it's always the same old people with doing the same old shit. He's brought up every once in a while, but overall, if you were to say his name, the hardcore guys and girls would get it, but like everyone else would be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Who is that? Oh, Chucky.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I know Chucky.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember seeing his little cameo in Urban Legend, and I was like, yo, that's Brad Dourif. That's dope.
And
Like,
he did that perfectly. I mean,
oh yeah.
that scene set up the movie so well. Just again, if you don't see Urban Legend, go watch that. Just like the first was like 10 minutes. Goes
Yeah.
up at a gas station, and it's just like because you think you know what's going to happen, and then it doesn't happen, and then something happens, and you go, okay, here we go, and then he's not even involved. You're like, "Oh," but anyway,
So good. He's in
crazy stuff.
the back
Yeah,
seat.
that's so great, dude. I love that shit.
Yeah, man. But and also possession films, so many of them are the same thing over and over again. When you've seen one possession film, you've seen them all. The only one that I can think of as of recently that's done it differently is Talk to Me.
Yeah, you're right. Plain and simple. There's no way to describe that. They took a possession and almost made it a carnival ride. Like,
Yeah.
made it fun, made it something you do as a pastime rather than something that's been done to someone and then you have to call the church to save the day. But like
Yeah.
again, that's been done so many times. Like the Pope's exorcism and really, I can list a whole bunch of them all, but you've seen it, so but yeah, this one did it a totally different way of not even involving really anybody religious, but they killed it.
And Smile was another good one. That was pretty underrated from
Oh,
last year.
dude, that original short film is amazing. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like I was like, they're really gonna make some good shit off this. And that first scene, the scene where she's talking to the girl for the first time in the room, that was sick, dude. That was fucking sick.
I have no idea how many times I've rewatched that film. Like anytime that I'm just like not sure what I want to watch, I'm like, I'm just gonna throw Smile on again because I just put it on the background while I'm like doing laundry or stuff around the house because it's like one of my comfort movies. For whatever reason, it's become my comfort
Good.
movie.
It's good. Like it's one of those good films. Like it's not a lot has come out in the past like 5, 10 years. That's really great, except for I think Smile. I think Talk to Me. I think um, some of the A24 movies,
Yeah.
especially. But I mean, trying to think of some is even hard to do. But I know they're there. I'm old and I can't think. But yeah, like that's one of those films that I can look back on and go, wow, I really enjoyed that film. Like I really actually enjoyed it. So
Yeah, and it's one of those movies where it's like for me, like Hereditary and Midsommar, I love those movies, but those are ones where it's like those are fucking intense, and you really have to like prepare yourself to
seriously,
settle in for those movies.
yep.
Especially for me, like Midsommar, that's one that really that opening scene that always gets me, and it's like again one of those films that I need to kind of get myself in the right mind space, sit down and watch it because it is so intense and you really
Yeah.
feel for her character. And that's when I became a Florence Pugh fan, where I was like, yo, she's something, man. Like she
Yep.
killed it in that role.
She really did, dude. That movie, like you said, the intro to that movie, like just the whole scene with her and that's dude, it's epic. Like that's and you said it's tough to watch. So you can't really it's one of those, like you said, throwing the background movies. You really have to sit down and take it all in and let it process. And the entire movie processes inside of you while you watch it. And you're just like, then you're going, holy shit, my chest feels heavy. Like I just,
Yeah,
but
it's exhausting after you're done. It's like
it is. But
I need to
it's
watch
but
something
again,
light
it's
after that.
it's I know, but it's definitely worth it. So like but
Yeah.
a lot of horror fans, new horror fans especially, don't like those kind of movies because they want those jump scares or like the big icons and the fast paced stuff. And I get it. I totally get it. That's what Scream 5 was, and I didn't fucking like it at all. but, but like I understand it, I get it. But like they need to stop and take a step back and go, okay, there's some of these films that have come out over the years that horror fans the older and deeper ones have said, hey, you should watch this. I need to sit down and watch these with an open mind, an open heart, and just take them in. And it would change their fucking life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
Speaking of Scream, what did you think of 5 and 6? Like, what do you think of the new films that have been coming out?
well, let me tell you, Desmond. Let me back it up for a moment. Let me sit down and think about it for a moment. I didn't like 5 at all. Six. Okay, well, okay. Before I go into 6, let me talk about 5 for a minute. Um, I didn't like 5 because I felt like it was rushed. I felt like the storyline was weak. I felt like the killers were not even close to where they should have been. The motive was weak. The kills weren't that great. They were okay. There were some that were really good, some that really weren't. Um, but the strengths of that movie, and someone brought this up to me just yesterday. I was talking to Miss Ghostface on Instagram, and she said, I told her in like 5, and she goes, well, I like 5 because of the throwbacks and the references to the older films and other films as well. And it's the nostalgia you kind of bring back to it that really kind of got me into 5. And I'm like, you know what? You're exactly right. I need to rewatch that film with that lens, nostalgia. I'll be looking back at the older films and try to enjoy for what it actually is. And right now, I fucking hate it. It,
Yeah.
it tears my soul, and it just, you know. But and then 6 did a way better job. And of course, it's still not at the top of my list, but it did a lot better job, I think. There were some parts in it that could have been better, but it's any movie. I mean, besides the first 4 screams, of course. But um, you know, I like the old masks. I like the way they brought people back. The motive was good because it was good old fashioned revenge. Just like part two, you're almost kind of recreating the movies again, which is a meta thing to do, which I think was brilliant. That's partly about one as well. So, yeah, that's in a nutshell. That's 5 and 6 for me. Tell me what you think about them. I want to know what you think.
I'm actually right there with you because when I five was so disappointing. I was really disappointed in five. Um, because and you can probably relate to this. I remember seeing the original Scream in theaters, like I think it was like opening weekend or the second week it came out.
Mhm.
And every year, especially like the first three, I went to go see Scream in the theater. And it was always like this amazing experience to go and see a new Scream movie. But I didn't feel that same hype
No.
around it.
Yeah,
Um
that was sad too.
yeah, and it's like don't get me wrong, I loved seeing Dewey and Gail and Sydney. Like it was cool to see them, but it also just kind of felt like they were shoehorned in just to get them in
Exactly.
there.
Exactly.
And
Dude, dude, before you go further, they should, in my opinion, they should have killed them off in the first 5 or 10 minutes of part five.
I think that I feel like you're right. Like instead of bringing in like a character like in six, instead of bringing in Samara Weaving, who I love, I'd rather see her as like a main character in the films. She would have been great to be like a new Sydney.
Mhm.
Um, but like I agree, I would have rather have seen, you know, Dewey, Gail, and Sydney get picked off one by one. And then it was like, you get they go for the jugular. It tears your heart out when you lose those characters. And then now it's like the new blood comes up and these new characters come in. And that's a great way to pass on the torch. And one more thing I did not like is, and as much as I love Skeet Ulrich and
Yeah, I
Billy,
know you're gonna say. I know you're gonna say.
the whole thing with his daughter and her like seeing his force ghost or whatever the fuck it is.
His
It's
badly
like,
make up Horse Ghost.
oh God, it's like, bro, you don't like you look good for your age, man, but
Yeah,
you don't look fresh faced anymore, like a baby, like in the first
yeah,
movie.
it's
And
terrible.
it was like, oh, I'm a psycho. You don't know I'm a psycho. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and like stab you like a million times because I'm a daughter of a psycho. And it's like, okay, what's the point? Like, I yeah, it
Yeah,
didn't it didn't make any
yeah.
sense to me. It didn't make any sense.
No, no, you're right. It doesn't make sense because, and almost kind of make Billy like he really is like a psycho killer, but he does some like, oh, do the right thing or do the good thing or make sure you make the people pay. No, no, you look back on the first film. Billy was all about getting hits and fuck everyone else. I mean,
Mhm.
case in point, the scene where they're talking to Sydney and doing all the spill at the end. And he's like stabbing Stu over and over and over again. He wanted to fucking kill him because he didn't
Yeah.
want him to survive. So how are you going to make that guy that's one of the worst villains of all time into this, fourth ghost? I didn't like that at all. So that's one reason why five really fell flat for me was the fact they tried to bring Billy back and make him this good entity or whatever the fuck they were doing. But yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't digging that. I feel like the one of the saving graces of that film is Jenny Ortega. Like I really like her. There's a reason why she's been blowing up. Like she's
mhm.
good.
Yep,
And she's like one of the strong suits along with the twins. Like I really
yes,
like those characters. They're very fun, they're very original. And I loved seeing them in six as well, which I liked a hell of a lot more than five.
yeah,
It's still nowhere near the original trilogy, nowhere near it, but
yeah.
it was definitely an improvement. But it's also disappointing to see how these films have, you know, how the story has transpired in these films, considering that, Radio Silence did Ready or Not, which was
Yeah.
dope and really
Oh yeah.
original.
Seriously, I love that movie.
So good.
But yeah, that's it's again, I have to take a step back and be like, okay, no, I didn't like five. I love six better than five, but still not better than four or three. We all know that the first two are the best. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like I was really hoping they do a lot better. They better bring it hard for seven because they're changing directors. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna start. Let's make this right because there's no way you can copy what they've done before. So I'm like, all right, anything's better than five. So whatever you do, you can take a shit in a bottle and be like, look, here's Scream Seven. I'm like, all right, way better than five. You know, so let's just hope that they do it some justice. I just don't know how they're going to pull it off, but I'm down to watch it. I'm here for it. So you know,
And Nev Campbell's coming back, so I guess they like are gonna pay her what she's worth instead of like, which hearing all that too, that kind of soured me on it, where I was like, yo, you're gonna freaking lowball Nev Campbell, the person who like is one of the best final girls for real?
basically her
Sydney
and Jamie Lee, man.
Prescott?
Yeah, dude, you can't mess with that, man. Like,
No.
she is a great actress. She is kind of held Scream at that level for so long, and she's a great person. I met her
Yeah.
twice. Both times, like I've never met someone so down to earth, and I've only met her for like 5 minutes both times. But just being with her, like the first time I met her, you could tell she didn't feel very good. Like she was exhausted, but she gave so much, and I was like, this is incredible. I could tell she's a dog ass tired, but she's giving me all she can give me, you know. And then the second
Yeah.
time, I was going to get a poster sign, and she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "I'm good. How you doing?" "Oh, I'm doing great. You know, I'm enjoying your time here." Da, da. And I'm taking the rubber off the end of the poster, and all of a sudden it gets to the end, and I'm trying to grab it. It goes, "Oh!" Up in the air and falls right in front of her, like it falls right in front of her, and she goes, "Oh, it's like that." And I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, "Oh no!" And her handler goes, or she no, starts looks at her handler like this, and she goes, her handler goes, "Security, security." And I go, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And it was classic as hell. Nev goes, "Gotcha." Like that. I was like, "Oh my God." So, dude, again, epic. Just an epic person. Like, like we were just having fun and just, she didn't know me. So, for them to treat her like that, just not pay her what she's worth, that really pissed me off. So I was like, see a fuck six, but that's I was like, okay, fine, like six, whatever.
It was definitely an improvement, but yeah, like again, it did kind of put a bad taste in my mouth because,
Yeah.
like you said, like I haven't met her, but she, like from what you've said and from what I've heard from other people, and just like the vibe you get from her just from watching her in interviews and all that, it's like, yeah, she seems like a really good person who deserves to get paid what she's worth. She really, she helped to build that franchise.
And like I said, keep it afloat too. That's more important to build it and keep it afloat. So, and
Yeah,
she's a humanitarian. She does a lot of stuff for charities, and I know that actors and actresses do that. I'm not saying they don't, but she's one of those under the radar. Like you don't know until you go
right.
research and like you're like, holy, look at all this stuff that's listed about her. That I had no idea she was even involved with. So, you know, I get it. If you're a celebrity, you want people to know what you're supporting. I totally get that. But she does that, but also doesn't really brag about it to where it's like,
Right.
in your face all the time. But like I said, it's that balance. It's that balance of knowing you're doing good, but not bragging about it. That's that balance she has down perfectly. So yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing is not having Wes Craven. Without Wes, and it's not the same without him. You don't have the comedy that perfect. And I know it was Kevin Williamson working with him too, but you look at all of Wes Craven's films, he has that little bit of dark comedy in all of his
Nope.
films.
Mm-hmm.
But also like there's a reason why they called him like a master of horror, because
Yeah.
he was always able to like really be able to turn up the dial on the dread and the horror, but also give you characters that you could root for and get behind, and really strong female characters. Like I remember wishing that Heather Langenkamp would be my older sister when I was a kid. I was like,
Mm.
I want Nancy to be my older sister. She's so cool.
Seriously, I'm with you, man. 100%. But yeah, and Wes was just one of those people that lightning in a bottle, man. Like you just can't beat him. Like yeah, he had a couple of stinker movies, but it's those that come out. They're more like passion projects. You want to try to get him out there. Just get him off his plate or get him off his heart. So but the ones he put out were just fucking great, dude. I mean,
Oh
he
yeah.
made two iconic franchises. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you talk about the big four. You're talking about Freddy, Jason, Michael, and Ghostface. I mean, how more epic can you possibly get? Two of those come from the same person. I mean, what the
Yeah.
fuck, dude? I mean, and Kevin Williamson there with Friday the 13th. So, I mean, all the birds of a feather flock together is what they say, and that's what they did, and they fucking created gold, horror gold. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I knew going into it that Wes wasn't going to be there, and I'm like, all right, I've got to put that aside because if I don't, I'm not going to enjoy it no matter what. But I did, and like I said, five, and I actually walked out of the theater liking five. I was like, okay, that
Mm.
wasn't too bad. Okay, it's good. And I get home, I actually did a little story. I was like, Scream Five is not that bad. Go check it out. Da, da, da. And I'm sitting there that night, and I'm like laying in my bed. I'm like thinking, well, what about that? And what about that? And what about that? And this? And what about, holy fuck, I didn't like this movie at all. Like it comes to me and I start talking to some of my friends about it. I was like, did you notice this? Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, yeah, what the fuck was that all about? And then I did a podcast with Harley, Let's Watch Scary Movies. And we talked about it. And I told her I was like, here's all the things I'm talking about this movie. And I just poured them out. And she was like, I fully agree. So, like I said, it comes off. I was just excited that there was another movie coming out to see
Yeah.
Ghostface on the screen again. So it's like, I think that just nostalgia was coming back to me. The whole, it's Ghostface, he's back and he's new and it's something new to watch. And I was so excited. But now I'm like, I got to take those glasses off, rose colored glasses. And, I'm wearing right now. I'm like, let's take these off a second. Wait.
Oh
But,
God, it's shit.
oh my God. But it is what it is. Like I just rewatched the trilogy, the first three, I just did it yesterday, and I'm just like, those three are so great. And even four is great. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold on to those and enjoy five and six for what they are. And for a whole different generation, but I'll let them have that. I got my first four. We're all good, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's, I never thought that I would say that I prefer one of the Scream movies over three, because three always kind of felt like, oh, that
It
one's pretty
was
rough. That was
it
pretty
was
rough.
it was rough and it rewrote a lot of the story from one and two, which and I'm a very unpopular opinion right here, very unpopular. But I actually dug that. I actually dug the fact that it went beyond these two high school students trying to get revenge. I thought watching the end of that movie, you're like, these guys are dumb fucks, man. Like they are totally in love. They are totally dumb shits. They're letting their love for each other get in the way, but also Billy's letting his need for blood get in the way of his love for his brother, and it was a mess. It was a huge, that's why they got killed at the end, because it was just a fucking mess. And you're thinking, okay, so two is going to tell the story of how the revenge comes about, but you're also kind of laying the groundwork for three. And three comes out and you realize, oh shit, it's her brother, that was forgotten. And he was the mastermind behind the entire thing of one. That's all making sense now. Like it all kind of comes together. But again, not almost no one agrees with me. I've met a couple people that agree with me, but you might not. It is what it is. But I kind of think that's brilliant for the fact that you're going, this movie's way deeper than I thought it was.
Which, that is a fair point. Like, and I did like the fact that delved, they just like dove head first into like, how people can get taken advantage of in Hollywood when they're trying to make it as a star. And that's what happened to Maureen Prescott, and, getting all tied up with, Lance Henriksen's character, which, that right there, all the cameos from some epic actors was
Brilliant.
amazing. You had Lance Henriksen, And freaking, I love Parker Posey as Gail Weathers. Like anytime that she was on screen and her next to Gail, the real Gail Weathers, I was losing it. It was so
Like,
funny.
I want to see a buddy cop movie with those two. It'd be fucking hilarious. And just going out trying to solve murders and crimes and shit. That'd be fucking
Oh,
awesome.
for real. And
Yeah.
of course, Courtney Cox's bangs.
Bro, the bangs themselves are just characters. Just oh, they're idiot. Like, dude, I'm not a big hair person. I don't really care what your hair looks like. It is what it is. But dude, every time I see a haircut, I'm like, bitch, you got to do something about that. Like, you got to like whoever edited this film, scrub those out of the scenes, man. It's like put like a little sign that says "Do not look" or something to me.
Right. Just a black bar would be better.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's like you can't stop looking. And it's a train wreck. You have to keep looking at it. Like, oh my god! I'm looking at Ghostface. I'm looking at her bangs. Oh shit! But it's terrible. But and you have Putty as well.
Yes.
I don't know what his real name is, but he's hilarious. And because he's, hey, Dewdrop, what are you doing over there?
Yeah, Dewdrop.
So goofy. It's just fucking perfect. But that movie has some really great moments in it, and rewatching it for the 80 billionth time, you just like, man, this is just gold. What Craven. I remember when they're about to come out, and people were like, "There's no way you top the first two. There's no way you top the first two." Okay, true, but he accentuated the first two. That's all he was trying to do, and his mind of his is so fucking brilliant, dude. I never got to meet him, and I just still just regret the fucking whatever.
For real, same. I
Just
mean,
shake his hand would be like meeting God.
dude, I
Seriously.
mean, I think we can relate in the sense that it's like Wes Craven was a huge part of my childhood and my development into who I am today. Like my very first horror movie I ever saw when I was 5 years old was the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
I love that. I love that. That makes my heart happy. It really does.
What's your very
Wow.
first horror movie you ever saw?
My very first one was Psycho.
Ooh,
And
classic.
yeah, so my dad showed it to me. Mom and dad were divorced. And I go to his house every other weekend, and he liked to watch certain films. And I was like, I can't watch that. I'm too scared. Da, da, da. And then we sat down. And he's like, I just want it's not too bad. He says black and white. Can't be that scary. I was like, okay, I'll watch this movie with you, Dad. I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and it's so far it's not that bad. I'm like, all right, this is cool. There's a woman, and she's stealing money. Oh no, stealing money. This isn't very good at all. And he gets in the shower scene. I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen to her? Oh, oh no, watch out. Dude, that scene scarred me for life, but it also set me up for a life of loving horror. I couldn't use the bathroom without that shower curtain being pulled for like 2 months, dude. It was ridiculous. But that set my love of horror just on a roller coaster ride. So, yeah.
And that's like a franchise that gets overlooked a lot. Like outside of the original film, which everyone I think can agree it's masterpiece. That's
Yes.
you know there's no debate there.
Right.
But folks seem to forget about like the sequels, and there's some good sequels in there. Like Psycho 2 is pretty dope.
Dude, I like all of them. Honestly, we did a retrospective on a It's Horror podcast. So if you're looking for something to listen to, go look that up on
Do
Instagram,
it.
Apple Podcast, Spotify, all those other bullshit. Look up It's Horror Podcast. Look up Psycho. It's in there.
Yeah, those were. I mean, I have that whole box set, and like 2 is always the one that I go to. But yeah, I mean, all of them are great. Like it's always the struggle that Norman has of like for lack of a better word, psycho. He doesn't want to
Yeah,
be a psycho. He wants to fight this urge,
right.
but it's like really people keep fucking with him.
Yeah. And he's like, if you keep pushing me, it's almost like, the Hulk or Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It all pulls from
Yeah.
this older stuff that, like, I'm not sure what came out first, the Hulk or Psycho. I guess I'm going more for Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Hulk probably came later.
Yeah. I
I'm
think it
guessing.
might have been like maybe a little bit later around the same time, maybe sometime in the
Yes.
60s, maybe.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the Hulk was inspired by Psycho? Dude, that'd be fucking badass, dude.
Dude, that would be pretty dope.
I know.
Norman
That's just not
Bates
about that.
Norman Bates turns into the Hulk. Shit.
We'd all be fucked then. But like, yeah. So taking from that, like, yeah, the whole movie is just, I love it. the sequence where they sit down and we're just talking back and forth. Because you kind of get attached to Norman right there. You kind of go, he's a good dude, like, he's trying to help her out. He's trying to relate to her, and then he's talking about his mom, and you don't really know she's not really there yet. But when you find out at the end what's actually going on, you're just like, wow, that guy's a psycho. Ta-da! So like the little ball goes, here you go, here's your thoughts. They're right there. Thank him. We were holding for it till the end, you know. But,
And that reveal at the end is like, it's so iconic.
that, that light swinging back and forth. Brilliance at its best, dude. I'm telling that movie's probably one of my, I have like three comfort films. I have Scream, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and Psycho. I put those on the background all the time just to watch them, just to have them on. And Psycho is such a, even like the intense parts are just kind of cool, He's like, oh, he's stabbing her in the shower. Or he's running around like with just as his mom with a wig on. It's just, So,
I mean, that's how I feel about freaking Smile. There's something about that movie that is like one of my comfort movies. Like that's a recent one for me. Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors has always been one of my go-to comfort movies. I
epic
freaking
fucking movie,
love that movie so much.
dude. That's so iconic in so many ways. Like I need to have you on again and talk about Nightmare on Elm Street next time because there's so much about that franchise too that we can talk about for hours because I fucking love that shit. But yeah, dude. Yeah, we're pushing an hour here, so
Damn, that went by quick.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was just having to look down. I was like, wow, let's go for an hour here. But we've covered a lot of shit, dude. And I know Scream was one of our main ones, which I could talk about that forever too. So I'm really happy that you pulled that out of me because I was going to go a whole different direction. I was kind of, at first, we're like, I asked, like, anything you want to talk about? And you're like, oh, let's shoot the shit. I was like, oh, let's shoot the shit. And now I'm like, okay, well, I have a few questions I want to ask him, but okay, I'm just going to know that as we go along. But now you brought up Scream, and I'm like, let's go that way. That's just, but yeah, man, I love your thoughts on it. You had some really good insights, and I just absolutely fully agree with it. So, I've always thought you were a really good guy, and I really do appreciate everything you've done for me in the past, in the present, and in the future as well. You've really inspired me. You inspired me to do podcasting and stuff. So I really do appreciate it. So,
well, the feeling is mutual, my friend. Like, being able to chop it up with you, and we just like got right back into shooting the shit like we have in the past. Like no time has passed, so
seriously,
it's so nice just to like talk to you. And I'm happy that you brought me on here because like I said earlier, you have inspired me to like get back into starting my own podcast back up and start doing the thing. And you're gonna be my first guest 100%.
Oh, dude, yes, I'm so down. Dude, let me know whenever. Let me know. I'll work it out. So definitely.
Oh, dude, anytime we can talk movies and just talk, just catch up.
Yep.
I'm always down.
For sure, dude. For sure. And we've got to make it out to California sometime. Wife and I got to make it out there. We do. We're swinging by Desmond's house. So.
Oh, dude, for real. Yeah. And
Yep.
I'm gonna be over at what's it called? Son of Monster Palooza next weekend in Burbank. So
Ooh, nice.
yeah, I'm so excited. Definitely gonna meet Sam Raimi, meet
Oh
him,
my
get his
God.
autograph when I go there, and then
Dude.
Cassandra Peterson, Elvira herself. So
That is huge, dude.
yeah,
Oh,
dude.
that is awesome.
We'll have to like figure out some time where we can like meet up at a con and like do the thing.
Hell yeah, dude. Me and cons is my favorite thing because I did that a few weeks ago, or a few years ago, with some of my friends, and we had the best time. So that is the best time to me because not only your friends are like like-minded, but you're in this place of just horror, and you're just like, oh, this is great. So yeah,
Oh yeah. You're like kids in the candy store, like, oh, it's
seriously.
everything I love with people I love. Let's do this.
I haven't been to one in so long, and I've got to go back soon because I'm jonesing. Just no horrors around me. Like I need that feeling again. So yeah,
Are you in
definitely.
Nashville still?
I am.
There's no
Oh
cons
yeah.
out in Nashville for real?
There is one. There's the full moon horror convention that comes around, and April. I missed it this last time it came around. I had to work and I couldn't get off. So, but this next time, I'm definitely going. I'm not coming to work. Don't fire me, please, but I'm not coming to work. So just know that. Not someone else.
Dude, if you end up like going, I've never been to Nashville, so you let me know and I'll come out and we'll make it happen.
Fuck yeah, dude, I'll find out because I think they're doing it's either end of March or April. I think is when they're doing it. So I will definitely, dude. Yes, I will definitely let you know. Definitely.
Yeah, dope.
That'll be so much fun, dude. I think Taylor said he wanted to come as well. It's weird. I think I want to get everyone in the Middle Tennessee area just to come to it. We'll just have a big gathering of people and we can just
Hell
hang
yeah,
out and
dude.
if I go to dinner and just yeah, dude, that'll be so much fun. So
I'm so down. Like, again, never been to Nashville. I'm always down to go somewhere new and hang out with my friends. So let's do
yeah,
it.
dude. Dude, that's why you're my favorite band. You're like, whatever, man. Just do it. Let's do it to it.
It's the California boy in me. That's what it is.
Seriously.
All right, brother.
Seriously. But I got to make it out to Cali, man. Seriously. I brought my wife's been out there twice, once or twice, but she really, really enjoys it. So I'm like, I got to go. She said she went to the coast and saw the ocean, and she's like, it's nothing like it. Just seeing on those rock cliffs and looking out the ocean.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm like, I gotta go. So yeah, we'll definitely make it out there. We'll do a little flip flopping. So
Hell yeah, dude. We'll make it happen. It's gonna happen.
yeah,
Yeah, bro.
yeah, boy. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up from here. This has been a great, dude. It's been the best. This has been so much fun. I feel comfortable with you. I feel, and not that I'm comfortable with the other two guests, but like, I don't know, you want to have like this rapport where we just get it. We just fucking get it and we just roll with it, brother. I love it.
Yeah,
so,
man.
but fucking love it, man. But thank you so much for being on the show. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, well, I'll be back on, and I can't wait to be on yours. So let me know when that happens, and I'll let you guys know when it happens too, so you guys can watch us on the other podcast. So, again, thank you so much, dude.
Come back anytime. Anytime.
Really, really appreciate it. You're the best, dude. Seriously, thank you.
Oh, you're the best. What are you talking about?
No,
you. No, you.
No,
You hang
stop.
up. No, you hang
You
up.
hang up. No, you hang up. I got you like a fish.
Oh,
Silly.
silly.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Every Monday, new episodes are going to drop, so be looking for those. Go follow Desmond on Instagram, on YouTube. Are you on anything else?
Pretty much Instagram and YouTube. Yeah.
Gotcha. So Desmondsflicks is the name. I'll link it down below so you can go follow him right away. And go follow all my shit too. Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, that's about it too. I'm too old to know this shit.
Me too.
Yeah. Follow me on Don't Kill Mr. Ghostface or Old Man Ghostface, either one or both or all of them or just whatever. So anything to leave us with, brother?
Have a spectacular fucking day.
There you go. Heard from the man himself. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Later.
Cut, Casper. That's a wrap.